Can you be so relaxed? You're only 2 points away from becoming world champion.
I think only I seem like, but I'm not very relaxed. I'm very nervous.
And he always wanted to do something different. Gordon always wanted to be very creative and do something different. And I think as a team and myself, we were always given the freedom to come up with ideas and always come up with something new. You'll see something like having an articulated vehicle for transporting the cars. We were the first to do that. And when you think about it, why didn't other people do that?
With innovation, Brabham, and we had plenty of it, and not all of it works, as you know, but Bernie loved it. We were also a bit sort of renegade, if you like. I mean, my image was long hair, pink sunglasses, plastic sandals, painted fingernails. You know, that bled through into the team, and we had that sort of rebel sort of atmosphere and sort of position, I suppose. You know, and Bernie didn't mind it at all. I think he quite liked it, and we used to play loud rock and roll music in the pits, particularly when we were next to people like Renault.
Our team meetings used to take place at a lunchtime in the pub. And we would be sitting there and we would be just Bernie, Gordon, myself, we'd just be talking about rules, regulations, and okay, what can we do to do that? What can we do to do that? And yeah, it's common knowledge that sometimes our cars would be a little bit light, but when it comes to the actual scrutineering, the cars would be fine. There was one seat that it took 2 mechanics to lift the seat in. And it was there for everybody to see. Most of the teams were up to as many tricks in the book as they could.
Bernie loved the unfair advantage, you know, and if ever we were on pole, he used to get the guys to just cover, he wouldn't let the drivers out again, he'd just cover the cars up as a sort of a statement to the other teams.
For that victory with Carlos, that was the first victory of the Bernie, of the real Bernie Brabhams, the Bernie, Gordon, myself.
Winning the first Grand Prix at Kyalami with my dad and my mum up there was wonderful because my dad, you know, he was a very strong, quiet guy, but I knew deep down he was pretty proud of what I'd done.
We celebrated big time. And I'll never forget, I was driving this Volkswagen minibus that the team was in. We were staying at the Sleepy Hollow, quite a well-known motor racing hotel in Kyalami. And it had these steps leading down. And I drove this Volkswagen down these steps and unfortunately broke it in half. And that was the start of a very crazy night.
I have a special relationship because I drove for him for 2 years. He was my team manager. I had my up and downs, which you have with every strong personality, which is completely normal. Very few people really understand him, because he's ironic, he's funny, he's hard, he's tough. So and if he tells you this is blue, then you know he means yellow. But you have to know him to understand him. Some people are completely worried when they talk to him, but he's a charismatic man, there's no question about it.
Every day was interesting with Bernie, and he would often come up with ideas that you thought were a bit crazy, but they usually turned out to be absolutely right. And I think that's one of the greatest things about Bernie. He does have an incredible vision for what will become the norm.
81 was obviously very special because that was our first World Championship. And again, we went into that World Championship not really expecting to win the World Championship. But as things turned out, obviously everything fell into our lap. And yeah, there was young Nelson Piquet, world champion. There was Brabham supplying the car for the World Championship. And yeah, very, 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 very happy days.
Nelson Piquet, world champion of the world.
But I think the second World Championship actually meant more, because we were up against the might of Renault.
How can you be so relaxed? You're only 2 points away from becoming world champion.
I think only I seem like, but I'm not very relaxed. I'm very nervous.
We won the race with Patrese, and we won the World Championship with Piquet. So that was a pretty special day. And as I say, beating the might of Renault, that Renault had already prepared all the hats and the stickers and the flags for being world champion, and we took it away from them.
In 1981, maybe I said I want to win for the team, for the mechanic, for everything. But now I really want to win for myself, and for sure I go try to win several another one, because I think I'm just the beginning of motor racing, and I think I'm very young still, and I still have all the wish to still racing a lot.
It's a team that really took things to the limit, but it was a fun team, and it was very much a family team. And it was great to see so many good people come out of the team.
Bernie's era ended with a massive deal with Alfa Romeo when he had a burgeoning Constructors Association to run and to harness and to manipulate.
He then removed himself from Brabham, sold it, and ran the whole business. But there was nobody else in these days there who could do that. So everybody who complains says, why wouldn't you have done it? He was the only guy who understood what Formula One could mean in the future.
The Brabham name continued, but it went downhill, obviously. And the Brabham family, I don't think at that point were very comfortable with where Brabham were going. And it was a very sad ending for a name that should be remembered up there with Ferrari, Lotus, BRM, Mercedes, all the great Formula One teams.